So how we doing?
Doing good, man.
Good. Finally, summer seems like summer's finally kind of arrived for the first.
You just jinxed it.
You just said shut up.
You may as well have. Way to go.
Yeah, don't worry. That's what I did. Like when I was on the way back home, I've gotten one. And I was just like, yeah, man. I just putted around for like a good 10 minutes, just like doing circles, pretty much. Like. I had to, man.
Just spinning in circles.
I know, whatever. Figure eights too, the works.
The works.
Dude, I was just having fun
Kinda
with the
sounds like,
machine, you know what I mean?
kinda-
Like, it was just fun to really, to be in calm water, really, that's all.
Kind of sounds like spinning in circles would be the name of a Star Wars movie about you.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
And I think you also just named this episode. Again, within the first 2 minutes.
I got so many other good ones, man.
You can't plan the episode title. It just has to happen.
I guess. Well, I'll try and accidentally make a better one.
I'll try and I love perfect.
There you go.
Accidentally on purpose. Yeah, that's another contender. Hey, did you guys know that Rambo is getting a reboot?
First Blood?
I did not.
Pretty insane, right?
Time, I guess. Been 25 years, probably.
I don't know.
Closer to 40.
Don't make me feel that
Put
old.
it to bed, God.
Rambo First Blood. I'm saying that's 1982.
Yeah, that's pretty early
Yes,
80s.
you're right.
I'm Googling. 1982.
So more than 35 years.
At least that one had the best kind of storyline anyhow out of most of the Rambos. The other ones were just more like violence and bloodshed for more or less, but that one kind of had the tale of him, coming back to civilization after the war and stuff, not being accepted and being an outcast. And
All that storyline you're talking about happens in the first 6 minutes of the movie in about 12 shots.
That's true, but it's deeper.
It is. I know what you mean. It's like how Rocky was nominated for a bunch. The original Rocky won an Oscar, and then Rocky 5 is Rocky 5.
Well, whatever. Yeah, once Mr. T and Hulk Hogan joined the gang, then
Rocky Balboa was good.
It was.
At least I enjoyed it.
It was good.
okay.
A little bit more down to earth. But Stallone has nothing to do at all on any level with the Rambo remake. Zero.
That's odd. Because action's his thing too. Like he produced the Expendables and stuff, I think.
Oh yeah, that's his thing as well. But this one, I don't know. I guess somebody else owns the rights to the character, even though, wow, I find that hard to believe. But yeah, no, he said he's wished the new guys well, but he's not going to have anything to do with it whatsoever.
That's odd. And whatever. Frankly, I'm not really that interested.
You haven't seen a trailer yet. You haven't seen casting yet. You might change your tune.
It's true.
Are you saying you not a fan of reboots,
I'm getting there.
or just the reboots that you don't want?
Goonies.
I don't want to reboot the Goonies.
I know you don't.
No, I'd like to see a sequel to
But
it.
I want to reboot. But you got to reboot the Goonies. Come on, sequel. The
Like
kids.
a sequel may as well be a reboot,
It's got to be a kids movie.
At this point, yeah.
because you can't. You're not going to have 50. You're not going to have 50-year-olds running around on a treasure hunt.
No, you're right. It's going to be their kids or whatever.
And if it's going to be their kids, it may as well be a reboot.
Well, at this point, too,
Just with
that
cameos of
the
originals.
time is pretty much come and gone for that one too. You know?
Oh, they've been dragging their feet for so long, but now it's just going to be probably a clean
They've been
reboot.
waiting for the perfect script.
Look what happened with Ghostbusters, right? Originally it was supposed to be the original Ghostbusters, with Venkman and the crew, but Bill Murray was kind of just, I don't know, he wasn't on board. Then Harold Ramis passed away.
Yeah, time passed them by, and Harold Ramis passed, and hey, now we have a different cast, completely different cast, which I still haven't seen it. I still want to see it. My wife and I keep saying, "Oh, we're going to watch it this week," and we never do. big fans of the entire cast. So
yeah, I'm hit and miss on McCarthy. Sometimes I really like her. Sometimes I'm like, meh.
yeah, but you know what? I only ever see her on SNL, and she really does the same type of character every time. Like she's always either, dressed up like almost like a sexless eunuch, or she's the overly like sex crazed woman, or she's just super aggressive. She's one of those three people every time.
I have to say her Spicer's pretty good.
Well, yeah,
he said that though. He said overly sex crazed woman, so that covers Spicer.
I think he covered all the bases with that one, with everything he said.
Yeah, you could have went sexless eunuch on with that one too.
That's true.
I thought that's what you were directly referencing. So.
Yeah, no, I'm. God, jeez. I think when I consider the list of movies I still haven't seen that I should see because they're all in my wheelhouse, it's embarrassing. Like X-Men Apocalypse, still haven't seen it.
Either. I feel shame.
Yeah, but who's got time for movies with all the great podcasting going on, especially in the Commonwealth?
So true.
Well, no kidding. You know what? Shameless plug. Go Star Wars Commonwealth. But holy cow. Today is Tuesday as we record, and I had a really busy weekend, so I got nothing done on that front as far as listening to podcasts. Not that I ever do on weekends, but Friday was busy at work. And yesterday, Monday at work, I spent most of the day in and out of episode 84, putting that together. And so this morning was really the first time I cracked open my playlist, and man, everybody, not everybody, but the guys over in UK's TSW had a new episode up. My friends Unmistakably Star Wars had a couple episodes up. Bill Burr, it was just like in heaven. I just got to sit back and just let it go today. San Diego Sabres have a new show, which I can't wait to get to tomorrow. And by tomorrow, Gen X-Wing will probably have something new, and the Skyhoppers. The Nerd Room's coming back soon. Rogue Squad. Before I know it, I'll be inundated again. There's that word again, inundated. So what else is going on? I mean, it's been a whole 48 hours since we last spoke. Something's got to have happened.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really, really, really excited for tomorrow. My big bro, who I do this podcast with, is supposed to take him and another buddy of ours out to dinner.
Is it happening? Are you guys on board?
Looks good for me. I'm
on board.
I'll confirm my last 2%. I'm 98%. I just have, I'm supposed to work till 5. So as long as I get out of there on time, there's absolutely no reason I can't do it. I'll let you guys know at 5 once I get out of there, though.
98%. I'm all
basically for me, it's not that I'm
Glorious.
in or out. It's just will I be on time or not? That's all.
So would you see it a little
Hey,
later?
we got time. I'm not home until a little bit after 6 anyway,
Perfect.
So no rush.
All right. I'm stoked. I'm fully stoked.
I almost wanted to consider doing a Smoke Meat live podcast. A live Sith Disturbers. Well, not like recorded live.
At Smoke Me Pete?
No. No. They probably have, well, even if they didn't have a live band going, it would be plenty loud. So no, we'd have to grab the stuff to go and, I don't know, go set up somewhere. But yeah, that wouldn't work.
Would have been cool though.
Well, I mean, it's something we can consider if we can find somewhere else to go where we could plug in a laptop and a couple mics and set up, and then we can do a little eating pod.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm down. I want to do some more live recording, man. Maybe good reason to get out of the house.
Yeah, well, it's really tough to coordinate these schedules these days.
Yeah.
And we're not doing a boat pod.
Is that like the?
We should.
No, I'm not bringing my computer and all my gear out onto the water.
The best of all time. Best of our podcast. BOAT, Boat Pod. And we'll do it on the boat, Corey. But not on the water. Just we'll park the boat in a garage so there's no wind.
Dude. I like the way your mind thinks. That was a good... I like the way you broke the word down there.
There we go.
What's the sound of drowning as recorded by mics?
Not
just
pleasant.
gurgly.
We're taking on water. Turn on the bilge pump.
I like how we turn into Muppets
Oh,
when
no.
we're drowning.
We do have life vests.
I'll wrap my mics up in your life jackets and send them to shore.
We'll be fine. The only thing I would be worried about is if our computers would have enough battery.
Which they would not.
Uh,
It would have to be a really short podcast.
I think mine would survive.
Well, I think these, you plug in a couple mics. I think your battery drains real quick.
Yeah, if you're all feeding off one laptop, then yeah, maybe. Well, whatever. Something to think about.
Anyway, you never know until you try, which we're not going to do. At least not on a boat. Did you guys hear about these guys who got into a knife fight over what's better, Star Trek or Star Wars?
Yeah, I heard about it.
I was just in stunned disbelief.
I didn't get.
I don't know if this has happened before. I mean, you would think that over 40 years of rivalries, at some point things got physical, but yeah, a debate in Oklahoma between a couple of young men got violent. Someone took out their knife and inserted it into their adversary's body. How about
I don't
that?
think he got stabbed. I think he just pulled the knife. No?
Well, the man's name... Well, he'll rename nameless. You can look it up if you really want. But he was charged with assault and battery, possession of marijuana, and outstanding Oklahoma County warrants. So, oh no, you're right. After a tussle, the alleged perpetrator then allegedly began choking the victim, who tried to defend himself with a pocket knife. Police say the alleged reached for the knife, but ended up cutting himself.
Trekkie.
Oh, man, that's amazing.
They're saying both parties are like, they're not telling you who was the Star Trek guy or who was the Star Wars guy.
That's amazing.
Well, if ever there was an argument for lightsabers not to be real,
look, if
this
you're
guy
going to
just
fight
made it.
about whether or not Star Wars is superior to Star Trek, and you're not doing it with phasers versus lightsabers, then you're not doing it right.
And come on, that little phaser. I mean, I know they can jack it up to 11, and it actually might inflict some damage. But come on, barely. I don't know. It's just a tiny little pea shooter thing.
It's sort of like everybody in Star Trek has
a real gun,
Ezra
for God's
Bridger's weapon.
His little staple gun pea shooter. Well, it seems like everybody outside of Starfleet has actual proper weapons. Although in Starfleet's defense, they're not really the military.
And Starfleet's own vessel has shields that'll take really just about anything.
It takes as much damage as the plot needs it to.
Correct.
Exactly.
I thought that was funny.
How fun would it be?
The only thing more shocking about that story is that it didn't happen in Florida. I was really rooting for it to be a Florida story.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Maybe, I mean, come on. As much as we love Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or sports, our teams, we love them to death. Can you ever imagine getting yourself into an actual fight over any of those
without
things?
drinking being involved? No.
Yeah, for the most part, no. Unless someone really takes a sucker punch at you or something.
I've seen it happen at sporting events time and time again. People fighting over that nonsense, but that's usually to always, booze inspired.
Yeah.
Good old booze turns everybody into likes to fight guy.
It's kind of true.
Did you guys see on Twitter today the graphic that my wife had made?
Yeah.
A new one?
Yeah, it was really, really good.
We were talking last week about the Last Jedi character posters. With the eyes cropped out and stuff like that. So I asked my wife, I'm like, do you think you can make one with Rian Johnson?
I didn't realize that was Candace's handiwork. Yes, of
but
course.
But with the lobster. Yeah. I put her up to it because she likes to, tool around with. I mean, she's a pro. It's what we both do for a living. But she seems to have a little bit more time on her hands to fiddle around. She's been doing a bunch of Trump posters that get read. They're actually getting read on Hollywood Babylon. So if anybody listens to Hollywood Babylon frequently, they'll have heard my wife's work get a bunch of run on that podcast. But that's why I'm like, hey, you think you can do that? Take a Ryan Johnson photo and put the lobster sweater on him and everything? Make a teaser poster like that? Yeah, sure. Turned out it was actually pretty difficult, but she did such an amazing job. And so we tweeted it, and he liked it almost immediately, as did his girlfriend.
Yeah, no surprise there. Candace is awesome.
Yeah, that seems that could be a present from the girlfriend. They're lobsters.
Friends reference. I got it, Corey.
Word.
Jeez.
Dating yourself, man.
Hey, if I was going to date somebody... Oh, you mean how old I am. Never mind.
Moving along.
Let's keep it on Star Wars. I want to kick a quick question with James here. I don't know if you saw these photos today, James, but we saw some released images of some toys that are coming out of Rey and Luke. And it's like older Luke, you know?
No Jedi Luke? I mean, no lightsaber Luke?
Yeah. No lightsaber Luke. What do you think about that?
I think it...
You think that's almost like a premonition of what's to come? Or do you think that's just like a marketing ploy to have another Luke with saber?
Whoa, they better have another Luke with saber. That's all I got to say about that. I don't like that there's a Luke with no saber. I hate that version. But whatever. It's not my call.
Well, do you know for a fact that there's no saber? I mean, you can't see it. No, I'm asking Corey.
Yeah, I mean, it would be displayed in the packaging. It's not like they're tucking it away in the packaging, right?
But it's also a spoiler in a way. Like people they know that we're all wondering, oh, where's Luke's saber? Does he have the green? What does he have?
And that's why it's hard to put too much stock into it because at this point, you know.
Well, this was a leak too, right? It wasn't supposed to be released, from what I gather.
No,
but they knew this toy would be coming out pre The Last Jedi anyway.
I don't like there's a version without saber. I hope that they hit. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I do not want to see Luke with no lightsaber. I don't mind if they start him.
Skywalker.
I don't mind if they start the movie without one, but he better have one by the end of the movie, and he better have used it extensively.
Well, how about this? Did you guys see those? I think it's that pinball machine. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see like at one point it looks like there's an X-wing in the water on Act 2.
Is that Act 2?
I mean, it's pretty closely located to a Porg.
Is it? I saw some of the images. I haven't seen all of them. I haven't seen any high res.
They're all, it's all like blurry and whatnot, but pretty much it looks like an X-wing's underwater somewhere. And I mean, it makes sense for it to be there if they're on Act 2. It seems to be like predominantly a water planet.
So you're saying Luke crashed his X-wing in a swamp again?
Something like that.
Jesus Christ, Luke.
Hey, who knows?
I mean, I know you grew up on Tatooine with no water.
Dude, it's like maybe like you said, maybe he did it himself. Like, no, I'm gonna push this into the, like, I'm not getting off this place till like the mission's done, kind of. Or even the Wills of the Force are like, you ain't going nowhere, Skywalker.
Let's drop your X-wing in the drink again.
Oh, he had an extra rough landing. His sensors went down. The works.
I'll just laugh my ass off if he crashed in the water again.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll explain it somehow.
Probably not in The Last Jedi. I'd be surprised if they did it then. But yeah, I agree that we'll see the moment at some point where he arrives on Act 2. I hope he has a bit of some kind of tantrum. He has a little mini fit in Empire. He opens up the canopy and realizes he's stuck in the swamp, and he takes off his glove and he throws it down, and he's kind of swearing under his breath. I hope he does something similar. Serenity now.
No, he should be past all that stuff. But he is a Skywalker, so.
Hey, did you guys see Ron Howard tweeted out?
Ooh, that pic there of Chewie, looking at the footage.
Well, there was that that was yesterday, the day before. There's no, he posted another one today of Lando.
Really, I didn't see that. When?
Oh, what's the matter with you? You sound genuinely miffed that you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, I haven't really been on Twitter since like, I don't know, 4 o'clock.
Shame. It's there. And it's pretty clearly Donald Glover in the cockpit of the Falcon.
Ooh, that's my shit.
All right, so well, come here. Who brought some game show material to the table?
I got a few things lined up.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I want to start with something really quick. So you guys got to get, your minds going and stuff. I wanted to ask you guys, like, this kind of inspired by Talk Star Wars. They did something a few weeks back on their pod, just getting to know your hosts. I don't even know if I know this about you, Kyle, which is kind of odd, and you're my brother. So I want to know something between the ages of, I don't know, when you really, you weren't like 5, 6 years old, young, like, and you think, what am I going to be when I'm older? And you're saying like astronaut and all this stuff. So let's up the age a bit where it's a little more realistic and your brains are a little more developed and you're actually thinking about it. Like you haven't been so much, like your innocence hasn't really been soiled yet either. So you're probably ranging between the ages of like 10 and 14. Something like that.
Oh, that's easy questions.
All right. So let's give me 3 of them. Give me 3 options of what you would like.
I don't have 3.
All right.
I don't have 3. I've got
Okay,
2.
Go for it.
There was only 2. It was comic book artist and baseball player.
Cool.
And both got beaten out of me.
How about you, James?
At that age, I probably wanted to be a stuntman and baseball player. Yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't that weird? 2 Montrealers who wanted to play baseball, not hockey.
You know why? Because it was probably more realistic in our minds. Because
that's all we played.
Yeah, but we knew other kids in our neighborhood who were so good at hockey. We're like, no shot there.
I actually have a shot in this baseball thing. All the other, I can't keep up with the AAA kids.
I don't know, but yeah.
Oh, that's probably part of it. But I just loved ball as a kid. I mean, I still love ball now, but as a kid, it was just day in, day out.
Yeah, we played pitch and catch forever. Pop 500, all that stuff.
The end is a
absolutely
pitch end is like a Quebec thing. They just call it catch in the rest of the world. I just found this out.
That's pitch and catch.
Or let's go throw.
Yeah.
I don't know. I definitely, when I was between those age groups, I think I was attracted to the military because of my grandfather. And I definitely, inspired me when I was young was SNL. I would have loved to have been a part of the cast of SNL. And an archaeologist was pretty much like at the top of my list.
Oh boy, I wonder how many would-be archaeologists were corrupted by what an archaeologist actually does by Indiana Jones.
Yeah, for sure. Fortune and glory.
My buddy was an archaeologist, and he always seemed to have a bone to pick with somebody at work.
Oh God.
Isn't that a paleontologist?
You're correct.
Oh no, well, I guess archaeologists could find bones of their own. Doesn't have to be a dinosaur bone, does it?
No, it could be an anything bone, really.
Indeed.
Right, you guys want to move this thing along?
Ideally.
Let's do this.
Corey, this is your show. I'm making Sith Disturbers yours.
Let's do it.
Does that mean he has to edit it?
No, well, James. we know he's not going to do it. He gave himself 2017 to learn. We're 7 months deep. We're still at like ground zero.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
But no,
we'll talk about it tomorrow. There you go.
No, we won't. No, I think I should just let Sith Disturbers go. And Corey, it's from now on, it's your show. How about that?
Let's do it.
Corey's the program director for Sith Disturbers. As of this moment, it is 10:30 Eastern Time on Tuesday, July 18th. Congratulations, Corey. Enjoy your promotion.
All right, I like it. The pay raise. Let's start with some smoked meat tomorrow. I demand it.
Good call. Now,
James
what
is coming.
What Dropbox do you want me to drop this into, buddy?
Whichever one works best for you, bro.
Yeah, but James, the thing is, the editor is the person that really gets all the glory here.
That's true.
Yeah. There's glory?
Yeah, glory. That's it.
Hey, you know what? Actually, Stu Baca put out a tweet today that I'll call glory. It felt like glory. He's the birthday boy, and I'll wish him another happy belated. But he was like, so happy you guys do this, and I don't know when people put out stuff like that. I don't know. It means something,
That's awesome.
man.
Yeah, makes it all worth
No,
it.
it's nice. It makes it feel like we're not just screaming into the void.
Well, we are, but there's a couple of ears in the void.
Yeah. The noise does have some a little bit of signal in there, and it does find a home. We're grateful for that, I think.
Very.
All right, so check this out. I got some. I got a fan audio message. I don't know.
A fan audio
I got a
message.
question for us.
All right, so we're moving into the winging it produced segment of the show. Got it.
All right, so let's give that a listen.
Am I plugging this in now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you really have something?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
No, it's Chopper.
Oh, you gotta tell me. Don't worry, I can cut this part out. I won't, but I could.
So yeah, okay. So that was Chopper. So let me,
Chopper listens to the show?
dude, he's one of our number one fans. Well, one of my number one fans, anyway. I don't know about you two.
Oh, I guess not. I've never heard from him before.
All right, let's listen to his question here. I'll translate it for you guys. So it goes, what's up, tumbling say bitches? Curious, what abbreviation would you give your droid? For example, Market Talk Star Wars records in his S2-DO. His studio. Clever. Have at it, meatbags. Love, Chopper. All right, Chopper. Anyone want to take a stab at this?
It's funny. I've had a premonition. I don't know if it was, you can call it the Force or just the wills, but I did a little thinking on this already, Chopper. And just officially, I'd like to know from Chopper Z to Z. And so I'll wait for that official word from him. Corey, I won't take your word for it.
Trust me, when you ask such stupid questions, he won't even get back to you.
Remember who's editing this. You're going to say something much different. I promise you that.
I'll let it slide.
I'll let it. James is the greatest. Okay, so it's funny when I started thinking about this, Corey. For some reason, I went to like, how can I make my classic droid name or name my droid somehow a Canadian touch? And I went to like classic Canadian television. So I have two droids that are inspired by classic Canadian TV characters. But my first one is like, we know how we always say that droids are basically the dogs of the Star Wars universe, and we mean that in the nicest way, like loyal and dependable, and they do tricks.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so a K9 unit is like just basically too simple and easy to do as your dog call unit. But I was thinking of like an overly doggish type droid, so like, right up your alley, some sort of little service droid with the letters HO130, which if you write them out, it could definitely look like HOBO, hobo. So his nickname would be Hobo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Inspired by, anybody from Canada knows what that's inspired by, but the littlest hobo, our Lassie meets Benji.
I like how you got there with the dog association.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
It's deep.
I like that. I think that's good enough for two of us. Quite frankly.
All right, I'll throw one out there. I just like immediately started thinking of things that would like when I gave you guys the premise there, I kind of said like B-52, B-52 as an example. And I started thinking along those lines. I came with the AK-47.
That's funny. I came up with that too.
What-
And then I threw it out because I was like, that's not good.
All right, what about this one? I made this up like super last minute. A3D3. It's like
I like that.
Your rocker droid.
Yeah, I got it. That's good. I like that better than
What
AK-47.
about MI-6?
That's not bad. Your James Bond droid?
I think MI6. Yeah, it is Bond, eh? Is it Bond MI6? Yeah,
Who else?
Yeah. I'm thinking of.
All right, I also got your droid that like either nobody trusts or everybody trusts, but he's N4RK.
I can see that.
Narc.
Yeah. How about this? You got the super. I just thought of this on the spot when you said the whole Canadian thing. I was like, how can I not have thought of like a Canadian reference? And the only thing I could really think was X-10.
Yeah, nice.
I guess that's Wolverine.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I thought of one. So the droid I shared with you guys on PMs the other day, the relic droid. So this R371C droid, which if 3 looks like an E backwards, if you write out R371C, you sort of get the letters for the word relic, which is also like a classic Canadian TV character from the show Beachcombers. But my relic droid, it made me go off on this whole tangent in my mind of like this old outdated droid that they find like and boot up, and somehow he sort of still works, and like whatever, either the ghost crew finds him or I don't know who finds him, but like every once in a while he like plops up into his consciousness some old file that they don't know how he's accessing these files, but it's like super interesting pieces of data that they have to go explore. So like it could be a whole show where every week the relic droid pops some piece of information, some old star map, some old memory, and they go check it out for some sort of adventure. You know what I mean?
Dude, that'd be so cool. Like that would really work as an animated series too.
Yeah, totally animated. That's what I was thinking.
That's a cool idea. I like that.
Relic.
So I don't want to be a spoil sport, so I made one up here on the spot, thinking on my feet as I do.
Nice.
I've got a golden protocol droid, CR10S.
CR10S.
I'll just leave that one out there.
Serious?
Indeed. I'm sure by tomorrow you'll figure it out.
Well, fortunately for me, I'm just going to cut right to where I figure it out right there. I wrote it out. CR10S. Is there a dash?
Nope.
I got Cryos, Cheerios.
Golden protocol
Cheerios.
droid. Nah,
a protocol droid?
Cheerios would have been nice, but no, that's not him.
Got it. I got it. Nice.
Don't got it. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. This is no. You're ruining the game, Kyle.
Maybe I won't get it. Maybe I'll just leave it out there for people to figure out.
I think you should.
How about that? Let's see if people can get back to us with the correct response. But it's not Cheerios.
All right, I got another good one for you. I don't know if you guys might not get this, but RU-486.
RU-486. Don't know.
Yeah, come on, man.
What's it a pull from? Star Wars?
To be honest, the first time I ever heard this was on The Simpsons, bro. Like when I was super young. And you look back on those episodes as an adult after, and you're like, wow. But
No, I have no idea.
it was before Plan B. It was the original morning after pill.
Oh, yeah.
RU-486?
RU-486.
And that was a what? A morning after pill?
Morning after pill?
And that's a Simpsons reference?
It was in The Simpsons. It's crazy. It's that episode where I think Marge kicks Homer out of the house, and then he ends up with some like total drunk lady, and I think they sleep in Bart's treehouse, and then like they both get up and they're super hungover, and like they didn't like sleep together or whatever, but like she like gets up, she's just like so used to the routine, she just like starts getting into it, like lights a smoke, and then she says out loud, she's like, "RU486," pops a pill. Like as a kid, I'm just like, man, whatever. And like 10 years later, I'm seeing the rerun, and I'm like,
I would have needed a phone a friend to Anil or Rob at Gen X Wing to figure that one out.
That's a deep cut, man. That is a deep, deep reference. And I only know that too because I took a class at the time called the Chemistry of Sex in college.
Like, you know what? I love The Simpsons to death, but the last time I watched a new episode or any episode, it's been years since I've watched The Simpsons. But yet I consider myself an avid fan. Like, is there anything you guys are, I'm such a huge fan, but you haven't watched or partaken in a really long time?
Simpsons is one. I definitely consider myself a fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the older Simpsons. I've watched a few, like, sounds like I've watched more recently than you, but not much. But, yeah. Not much else.
Like, that's almost on 30 years. I mean,
That's
technically
crazy.
it's over 30 years old now.
If you go back to its roots on,
Tracy Ullman show.
yeah. Thank you.
I want to touch back
Picking
on
you up there, buddy.
I want to touch back on the droid thing there and just wrap it up. I got my best two for last. I want one of you two to say this one out loud, okay? All right. So this guy is FA-Q3.
You're such a child.
That was from Chopper actually. So
FAQ3?
FA-Q3.
Fat Q3.
All right. How about this one? This is my last one. This one's SL-0B1.
Would you repeat that?
SL-0B1.
Sloby one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, why not? I thought it was funny.
He's like the...
Slow B1. Wow, that's you. You saved that for last. That's what's the best part of that.
Oh, I thought it was pretty good.
Slow B1.
Could have been just slob, and then I was like, I'll throw the
What is
one
he?
in.
He's like the first. He's like the first version of the droid, like the.
He's like
the
his
beta?
stoned cousin.
Yeah. It's like, ooh. That's about it though. That's all
so
I
much
got.
for that. So much for that.
Yeah, well, it helps when
I had fun with
people do
that, Corey.
their
That was
homework,
fun.
Kyle.
Thanks, Chopper.
Hey, I just did. Hey, CR10S kills SLOB1.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Considering I just made it up on the spot.
Well, it's not supposed to be a big mystery.
It's actually not that big of a mystery. In fact, somebody listening is probably having a good knee slap over that right
To
now.
be honest, I haven't given
Or
it
a
much
good cry.
thought.
All right, showrunner, move this thing along.
All right, man. Got a little new game for you guys. I don't know if you want to play this one. We're gonna call it. This could be good, man. Like even you guys can come up with some after you guys know the premise. Like
Even us?
even you, James. But it's gonna be like a rapid fire, 5 words. We're gonna call it Star Words, and your responses should, try and make them Star Wars related if possible. Or it's basically the first thing that comes to your mind with a Star Wars word, or a word that you're supposed to relate to Star Wars, like either or. And I think this time around we'll use the same 5 words for both of you, and one of you guys will step into like an isolation chamber. And yeah, that's about it. I'll just ask them and just try and bang them out as quickly as you can, like just the first thing that comes to your mind, and then I don't know, maybe we'll see how closely you guys get to each other.
So how do we know when the other person's supposed to come back?
We'll send you something on Facebook.
All right.
It'd be a big thumbs up. So who wants to hit the isolation chamber first?
I gotta pee.
All right, James is going to go step in the isolation booth.
All right, I'll be back, boys.
But I mean, isn't this going to be like a 10-second thing?
You know what? We'll up if we do it just to one round. We'll up it up to like 8 words the first time.
8 words. Yeah. Oh my god.
Big 8.
You know, it's getting late. I don't know if I have that much mental capacity at this hour.
No, you don't have to think about it. It's just the first thing that comes to your mind.
All right, you asked for it.
All right, I'm gonna have to write these down. All right, so we ready?
Wait, has James taken off?
Yeah. James is in the isolation booth.
You mean, let's call it what it is. He's going to take a leak.
Sure. All right.
We don't have to sugarcoat things here.
I like the editing.
No, stop giving us more editing to do.
It's fun to listen
to. No, it's not. It's not fun to do. Don't do it.
All right, first word. Astromech.
R2.
Clone.
Wars.
Metachlorian.
Vomit.
Ezra.
Better than.
System.
Of a Down. This is not going very Star Warsy.
No, you got about maybe 2 Star Wars words in there. But yeah, whatever. That's cool. I'll send James a quick message here.
Yo, boys. Hello.
What up?
All right. What do we got? What's my score to beat? What do I got to do?
All right. So, Kyle, you going to step away from... Well, no, Kyle, I guess you can listen now that you've already heard them, right?
That's correct.
All right. Let's see what you got here, James. All right. So, again, I'm just going to rattle off 5 words, and you just give me some Star Wars related answers if you can. Or whatever comes to your mind first. Astromech.
R2-D2.
Clone.
Wolf.
Metachlorian.
Mistake.
Ezra.
Better than.
What's that?
Better than.
System.
Star.
All right. Ding, ding, ding. You guys are all right.
How do we do? Did we win?
Wait! Don't tell James. He'll pick this up in editing and probably crap himself.
I didn't get your second answer, James. I think did you say wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a clone named Wolf.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't even know James would catch that reference. I thought he said. Did you think I said lone?
No, I thought you said clone.
Clone wolf.
It's only from that one episode of
Rebels.
That show that we watched, Rebels, that had the clones where they go to that sand planet.
That's true. You're right. You saw that episode. That's true.
Yeah, I know I'm right. That's the only one. That's the only reference I have to those guys.
That's cool. At least you remember that. That's cool.
Yeah, man. See, I pay attention, Corey.
Who's it? It was Rex, Wolf, and Gregor, right? Yeah.
Gregor. Yeah.
All right. Any would you rather's this week before we wrap up? Or do you have more games to play here, Corey?
No, I don't have no would you rather's. I have a poll that I want to run that maybe I can run by you guys and see what your opinions are on it. What your take is on it before we actually run it.
Is that a show thing?
Well, it can be like place bets, stuff like that. I'd like to start incorporating that in future shows, though. Like, if we're gonna run a poll, like, see our takes on it before we actually run the poll, so then, someone will have bragging rights.
That's fine. So you give us the question and the 4 choices, and then we'll give you our thoughts.
Exactly. Are you want to go with this poll, or James, do you have anything that you want to bring to the table before we go?
I got a man. I'm gonna eat you alive in editing this week. I got a would you rather. Okay, so would you guys rather? And you have to pick one. Would you rather be Star Wars fan who got stabbed by Star Trek fan in an argument? Or would you rather be Star Wars fan who stabbed Star Trek fan in an argument? Like, which guy in the news would you rather be?
I'd rather be the victim, man. Stabbing's just not cool. Don't get stabby now.
That's a good answer, Corey. That's fair.
I'm gonna sue too, especially if I'm in the States.
I didn't say you're in the States.
Lots and lots of Star Wars toys.
You're not in the States. You're definitely not in the States.
But still,
you got stabbed. You got stabbed at sea, international waters.
Yeah, I don't want to go to jail either. So,
International
I'll be the
waters,
stabby, not the stabber.
I can't believe you're volunteering to get stabbed. I'll
Trekkie.
I'll shank anybody before I get knifed. Come on.
Who said anything about shanking?
I'm self-preservation too. I wanted to shank somebody just because I don't want to feel the cold steel, man.
I don't want to get stabbed. I'm not going to volunteer myself to get stabbed so people can go, oh, poor guy, in a web article.
So what, you're going to stab someone and be like, all right, guys, see you in a year, maybe.
International waters.
Oh, international
waters, buddy. You're good.
Yeah, well, dude, like, I'm gonna stab him like 10 times then.
Jesus, psycho.
Take that, SS Enterprise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is coming from the guy who thinks that Cassian Andor gave that guy a mercy killing.
I think it was. I still think that. It was both. It was you're not getting me in trouble and you're not getting away, and instead of them torturing you, I'm going to put you out of your misery.
What a hero.
It was a straight up murder.
It was a straight up murder, dude.
Hey, that's your opinion.
It was totally a murder.
Well, regardless, yes,
he had information that
very good, Kyle. It was a murder. I agree with you, but I mean, still, like it was all. It was a mercy murder. To save his own butt and get out of there.
Yeah, a mercy murder.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
Hey, that could be another show title.
Yeah, the Mercy Murders.
What was the other option? Mercy murder or?
Well, you see the guy too, man. He's in such a panic at that point too. He's like, I'm never gonna get out of here, man. And Cassian's like, don't worry, just relax. Like,
yeah, he murdered him.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. He murdered him.
That's not a mercy killing.
I whatever. You could interpret it the way you want to interpret it. Like, I grant it again. He wanted to save his own keister and not get ratted out. But at the same time, like, he was, saving this guy from a worser fate.
I don't think that thought entered his mind for a second.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you.
And how is ending someone's life saving them from a worse fate? Like, that's the worst fate.
Fuck, I can barely hear you tonight, James.
Wonder why that is.
He mentions that at the end of the show.
Well, I'm going to say at the beginning. I don't know, like...
Yes, when we're doing our mic checks and we restarted. Remember when we did that? That's when you tell me you can't hear me. Kyle, can you hear me?
Oh, you've been crackling. Skype's been crackly tonight.
Yeah, you sound like
my internet has been
Transformer
crap.
a bit.
Yeah.
But you see, because we do things the right way, we go the step to record locally and then combine our audio, lifting the curtain here, so you get pretty close to good quality audio. So no one's going to hear all this crackling.
Pretty close to good quality. I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm comparing it to lofty FM radio standards. We're not there yet.
Radio?
I still listen to a bit of radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Less and less.
In the car.
Long live podcasting. All right, quick would you rather, then we're out of here. Okay, so now we have Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and we all kind of went gaga over this and need to visit this place. But would you rather visit Star Wars Galaxy's Edge or Skellig, a.k.a. Act 2?
Do you think it's any accident that this trilogy's Act 2 is taking place seemingly, at least somewhat, on Act 2? Is that an accident?
Well,
are these?
I mean, where did that name come from? It had to have come from somewhere. So I'll say it's not a coincidence.
Are these trips
I don't
all
think
paid
so
for
either.
and all inclusive too, Kyle?
No, you have to cover it yourself. And granted, I didn't even begin to look into how much it would cost to go visit Skellig.
So can it just be like a free trip to either or?
No, because I know you're looking to loophole this shit somehow.
Well, I can't answer your question. I just don't know all the facts.
It's just, what would you rather go to?
I would rather go to Star Wars Land or Galaxy's Edge for sure. So much more.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to go to Ireland and just travel the world and all that and get out there but I mean to be immersed in that Star Wars land with again I'm thinking doing with people like going all out for that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be so fun to do that whole trip and the beauty of that island but I mean, you go there for a day and that's that, whereas at least Star Wars Land you're kind of looking at about 2 nights of craziness, hopefully.
Why is it 1 and 2? Just out of curiosity, why did that happen?
What's that?
1 day in Ireland, but 2 nights in.
Well, I mean, where are you going to sleep on Skellig? I don't know if they have hotels there.
No, you can't stay there.
No.
You go, you see, you leave.
Yeah, you get the ferry out.
I see what you
Well, I
mean.
mean, it boils down to like a tourist attraction, a carefully manicured, curated experience, or you get to see one of the world's amazing places. And check out a country where, we have some historical family roots.
Well, no, I think I'd be backtracking a bit here because, like I said yesterday or the day before, Galaxy's Edge just kind of made its way almost to the top of my bucket list, kind of.
Yeah, I'd have to go to Ireland.
If I was going on if you offered me a Euro trip, where I can go, I'm doing Britain, Ireland, then moving my way into Italy and Spain and all that stuff, and Germany.
So what are you saying?
For sure,
Ireland's
I would
only worth
choose that.
doing if you're seeing Italy?
No, but to go to that one island versus Star Wars Land with a whole bunch of friends, then
That one island?
But if I'm going, yeah, we're talking about Skellig Island here, aren't we? Isn't that the thing?
Yeah, but
No.
you're also, you don't land there. You're going to be landing. I don't know if it's in Belfast or in Dublin or elsewhere, but you're going to see Ireland as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If I could see a lot, if it was a 3-month trip or something, then yeah, I would definitely choose that.
3-month trip.
Yeah, man. Backpacking, whatever. If you go to Europe, honestly, are you gonna want to go to Europe for a week, 2 weeks? You almost kind of got to go for a month if you want to see a few things,
But I'd rather go. I do go to Europe every 2 years for 10 days. And some people are like, why? Why would you go for 10 days? And my answer to that is because in the last 8 years, I spent 40 days in Europe. People keep saying they're going to go spend a month, but they don't. Just go for 2 weeks and do it.
Yeah, it makes sense too.
No, I think I would go to Skellig and check out Ireland in the process. And hang out with Dave Donovan. Come on now.
Well, I was going to say, Dave
He's gonna
Donovan's
he's
an
gonna be at Mew
obvious bonus.
in Star Wars Land.
That'd be the worst. Fly over to Ireland and Dave's in Florida or California.
Star Wars Land looks cool, but I can see myself doing that with the kids one day, whereas, I don't know, taking the whole family over to Ireland seems like a more daunting task. So when presented with the idea of doing that, I jump on that one first.
So I see it as, well, I don't want to say the opposite, but if I told my kids that we're going to Ireland and we're going to Skellig, we could tell them we're going to see where Jedi Steps is, and they'd probably have a little bit of a freak out. But everything else, other than that, they'd probably, being 6 and 3, they probably wouldn't care, and they certainly wouldn't remember.
Here, guys, here's your first Guinness. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I don't know if I should admit this, but I did let Carter taste Guinness.
What do you say?
Nah, he made that face that kids make when they taste something they don't like very much. Not that I let him take a swig. Like I put my finger in my Guinness and I put it on his tongue, and he made that face.
That's awesome.
Now I'm probably gonna lose my kid.
Nah, you're all right.
Well, he didn't have like a Barney Gumble moment. Where have you been all my life? All right, are we done?
Done.
Okay. Go bye. Corey, take us out.
Yeah, whatever.
On the spot.
I don't know. You want to give your handles? James, where can we find you?
You can find me at Tommy Bombadil1 with a Z.
Yes. It's King James with a Z. That's what you should change it to.
Someone already has that.
But it's yours, James. It's rightfully yours. How about you over there, big bro? Mr. The buyer of smoked meat tomorrow. And we're going to get in touch with Carlos. Carlos, you better meet us there.
You know, Carlos, this comes out after we've been there.
I know, but hopefully you were there, Carlos, and you feasted with us.
Yeah, I'm going to send him an invite, like, momentarily here. While I do that, here we go. At C Candido. Hey, dude.
Want some smoked meat?
How's about some smoked meat tomorrow? Send. And you can find me at Tumbling Saber on Twitter and on Facebook and on Instagram.
All right, that's it. That's a wrap. Can't really fake that though.
You gonna talk about the Commonwealth or what?
Yeah, sure. You can head on over to www.starwarscommonwealth.com to check out all the great stuff that we got going on over there. I think Kyle already named every pod at the beginning. It's just really, honestly, though, good stuff going on there. Like, I'm pretty much listening to everybody, and it is... I can't keep up. I honestly will admit I just can't keep up, but, you know, I do my due diligence. I try my best, and everybody's doing really good stuff.
We admire your honesty. Truly.
Thanks, man.
And lastly, have yourselves a wonderful weekend. And we'll be back. We're back with episode 85 of the Tumbling Saber podcast. That's coming in a couple days' time. So that's it, guys. Enjoy. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you all later.
Thank you for listening to the Sith Disturbers podcast. Brought to you by the Warped Minds at the Tumbling Saber. Proud member of the Star Wars Commonwealth Network. Visit StarWarsCommonwealth.com and take your first step into a larger world.
Oh, come on. Oh, that's good.